Okay, let's call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock. And everyone is present. We're going to have an audience of citizens.
I have them on the agenda.
Yeah, so we'll just skip and everybody got a copy of the minutes now. Do you want me to read them or can you breeze through them? Read through them. So if the minutes are okay with everybody, I'll entertain a motion to approve them without any corrections or omissions. So moved, Mr. Chairman. Second? I'll second. That's seconded. All in favor? Aye. Okay. So we're gonna skip the audit. We're gonna skip the repair of stones. We'll go under old business, so we'll go to the Worthington Fire District letter. Mr. Benson was kind enough to put a letter together that we're going to send to the Worthington Fire District. And him and I got together and we put I went through all the minutes and got all the times that we contacted them, sent the, voicemails, whatever. And it was 19, I think we came up with it. Yeah, no, 16. 16. 19. Yeah. So I gave everybody a copy and I'd like everybody, I'll read it out loud, but dear Mr. Powers, I am writing relative to the Worthington Fire District property along Mill Street and Farmington Avenue encloses a map of the subject area. Since 2021, our cemetery committee has been in contact with you and Joe Pagalula regarding this 10-foot parcel that abuts Denison Cemetery. The area is overgrown with trees and brush, and our fence was damaged by fallen limbs. It is an unsightly and needs to be cleaned up. Our committee is working hard to improve and repair Berlin's historic cemeteries. Many of our town's founding families lie in these cemeteries, and we owe it to them to have a well-maintained grounds and contiguous properties. After 16 phone calls over 19 months, our two intergovernmental agencies should be able to resolve this matter. We expect a prompt reply as how the Worthington Fire District plans to proceed. And it's signed by me as the chairman. We have one thing we want to add to that.
Yeah. What do you think about sending a copy of this to the Berlin Town Council? I think
Let them know.
for the reason they have been very helpful to us. We just go back 3 years, we were a committee with no funding. And now, not only do we have funding, but we're making a real significant improvement in Berlin Cemetery. And to be stymied or to be held back by another governmental agency might want the council just to be aware of what's going on. And it could very well be a member of the council who is in the Worthington Fire District community. He or she might want to be aware that the agency they pay a lot of water and property tax bill is thumbing their nose at our committee. So I would just like to recommend that we add town council with a copy to the board.
Does everyone agree to that?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So Kate, could you take that copy that you have, put it on the official stationery? And then add on the bottom, CC?
Do you have this in a Word document, copy and paste or
Yeah, it's on a PDF.
PDF won't work, but
No.
if you have it in a Word document?
No, you sent it to me on a,
They'll send them the PDF.
I thought it was a PDF.
All right, that's where I'll get it.
Well, you could just scan this, right?
I'll do it, don't worry about it. I'll do it.
And then when you get it done, give me a call and I'll come sign it and then we'll put it in the mail
Sure.
and see what happens. But we've discussed this like the letter says, since 2021, the beginning, and got nowhere. In fact, I saw Danny McEwen the other day, and he was gonna see him at a stag on Friday and get back to me, which he never did. It was- But it's time it's time to have something done here. I mean,
Just,
if you guys look at the fencing that we did, the pictures I took, that cemetery and Steve's guy, Steve gonna be here tonight? He told me, so he was gonna be here Thursday. If you guys had a chance to go by there, they topsoiled that whole bottom corner there and the new fencing and the weeds are all down and, but now you look and you can see all the damaged fencing. And there's no sense us going to fix that without having that right of way trimmed out.
just remember when Worthington Fire District asked the town to give them a whole harmless letter. So that piece of equipment would be parked on their property to clean up our land. We didn't hesitate, we jumped and gave it to them as quickly as possible. And why isn't there any reciprocity on the other side? So let's make that happen.
And we have a map.
Yes, yes, and how many cases? Yeah. Oh, yeah, give her that one, that's right.
I wrote on there that represent
So we're all in favor of that letter as the way it is, just by adding copies to the council? All right, cool. Let's see what happens. All right, Steve's not here yet. Who said he was coming? I can say some of the stuff. As you can see by the pictures, he's got the fencing done at Dennison since the last meeting. He's got the gate at Dunham done. That money came out of the Dunham Cemetery money. The fence at Ledge came out of the grant that we had. Well, I don't think it paid for all of it. I think part of it came out of ours too, right? So we were able to use that grant before December.
Is that grant what you got?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, it was 30, it was like 3,500. I think the fence was a little bit more.
Excellent.
So the only thing left there to do, we had the railroad come down and mark out the right of way along the tracks. And we can go right up to the end of the woods, which we won't, but there's a lot of junk in there. A lot of scrubble. Actually, there's a couple tombstones in there that you can't even see. So Steve was going to get a date from the state to go in there and clean that out. And that will be all the trimming done at Ledge. And if you can see by the pictures how that fence really looks nice. In fact, the day I was there, the neighbors came over and they were thanking me.
I actually had a conversation with a resident this past week saying how much he appreciated all the fencing.
Cool.
Especially when Norton Road.
Yeah, so that was the first one we did.
Yeah.
So the only fencing we have left to do, and now that we have our new budget, is Beckley, which is on the way to Rocky Hill. And then all the fencing will be done, except for the repair at Denison, which we won't put that kind of fancy fence in there. We'll just repair it with anchor fence.
if we can go back to Ledge for a minute,
Yes.
as you remember, I leaned on a friend from Amtrak
Yeah, that's right. You
about a
got
month
that.
ago. If you would have Amtrak personnel come out and mark out the boundaries, and they did it within 24
The
hours.
next day they were there.
So I think it was Mike Rapawano, he's the district man, they had a Amtrak person work. Been going a long time, and I penned him just a personal note, how much stationery thanks. So above the shape.
Well, I covered like, well, a whole bunch of topics there, which I didn't really mean to do. But, and Steve was getting ready to negotiate a new mowing contract, which I believe is up in October. Yeah. So,
Well, the contractor, by the way, is stepping the game up a little bit, even though grass is growing too hard, too fast. But
yeah, they look pretty good now.
yeah, coming around.
Yeah. So, going forward, after we do the fencing at Beckley, most of our money is gonna be for repair of stones, which hopefully your friend comes on
Hopefully.
board here. And if it doesn't happen tonight, it can happen next,
Yep.
next
I
month.
mean,
but-
we are on the calendar for assessment on September 20th, so that will be the state visit.
Oh, he is gonna be out on September 20th?
Yes, he will come for the site visit on September 20th. We are on their schedule.
Oh, okay, so will you send out an email when that's confirmation?
Yeah,
To us?
sure.
And most of us can make it.
Which ones are we gonna?
We're gonna go to Ledge first,
We're
we
gonna
said,
go
right?
to
Yeah.
Ledge?
Because
Well, it's just on the
that'll,
ledge.
because the Eagle Scouts, Paul,
Oh, sure.
did a bunch of them, but there's still some to do. And then that cemetery will be done.
Yes.
That's the 20th.
Yes,
20th
sorry, I
September.
thought I had sent you guys all an email about that, but I guess I didn't, so I will do that right
Well,
On site.
Don't ever let that happen.
now.
Maybe by then, some of the work like that will have been done.
Oh, for the tree.
Yeah. from the cleanup, right?
Yeah. Wow, so we just did everything. Holy cow.
Well, we need his report, but.
Yeah. Well, I kind of had the gist of it. Because we talk a lot. Does anybody else have anything under new business? And I don't think we need a motion to put that letter out there.
I don't.
No.
It's
So did we do everything okay?
Under new business, on the tree, trimming trees, what did you envision that entailing?
Ledge.
Okay. all right.
Everything else is pretty much trimmed up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Denison's pretty much done, Beckley's done, I mean, you know, we can go and inspect them, and see if there's some other stuff, but we pretty much hit them all. So,
I just want to remind him to have I'm not sure if it would be the contractor or town crews to see if they could prune some of the big growth around some of the stones in the cemetery. You know, like a ledge, there's nearly sizing your risk, you know, coming out of.
yeah, Dunham's got a few of them like that too.
They
Sumac, and,
they could work on that. Yeah. That's.
well, we can bring that up, Steve. If not,
I can be responsible.
you and I can go over there, or do that portable chainsaw, right? See you later, bye.
Put this Steve on the payroll.
Yeah, we should do that, yeah, because I know Don's got a few of them, Ledge does. Yeah. Well, we'll bring that up at the next meeting, we'll talk to Steve.
Dylan will take care of it.
Oh, okay, see. Well, do you think you want to try and call your friend there, Teresa, or you said he could do it, I mean, you want to text him, or,
I
if
will,
I have nothing else, if nobody else has anything else.
yeah, anything else to do, let me check my email, see if he's sending an
Yeah.
email, he called me. So it is possible he's not if I recall.
Yeah. Hey, those people have waited 20 years to have their stones fixed, so.
Yeah.
For a couple of days, ain't gonna bother
Other
them.
than that,
They're not complaining.
what a flash.
That's what's nice about our customers, they don't care.
But just imagine what these look like compared to what we showed the council.
Well, it'd be interesting when we have to do our report, when does that come out for what we accomplished?
Really, you don't give reports.
Oh.
So, kind of,
Well, you know what, we might, after we get done with the last fence, and we'll go before them as a board and say, this is the money you guys gave us, we just want to show you
There you go.
where we spent it, and you have all those pictures. and we can put them up on the daily there and just get an attaboy from them, you know? They get a bang for their buck. And then once we get those stones all repaired, then it'll just be regular maintenance and stuff, and we won't need that kind of money, so. And with the prices that Risa got from this guy, they're very reasonable,
Yeah, for the assessment, I thought that was quite reasonable, so.
yeah,
I mean, worst case, we meet him in person at Ledge.
yeah.
Alright, I just shot a text, we'll see if he responds and he doesn't find it.
He doesn't within a few minutes, and
He's unresponsive.
if not, it's happy hour.
Yeah, we're someplace.
Well, yeah, I went through all the notes and I found, you know, we started January 2021 on 2021. With my first phone calls and, you know, left messages, and they were gonna get bids for trimming and went out to waiting to open the bids.
Well, first of all, well, that's not our property.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was, yeah,
That's not our property.
yeah.
That's the homeowner property.
But on the 18th of February, 2021, spoke with Joe, said he was willing to clean up. Left 2 messages on March 18th. And then you talked to Artie Powers.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Hang on to that because that's,
Well, April 15th, on the 2021, they were obtaining quotes.
and then.
And then June, now so 2 months later, still waiting for quotes.
No, but before that, we were told it was gonna be a special meeting, April 21st, special meeting was called.
Yeah,
There was no special meeting.
July 15th, they were supposed to open the bids,
From Roger Shear.
who never got the quote, because I talked to him, and I never asked him. Oh, God. Oh, no, October 21st, superintendent informed Benson that property line is wrong. We'll get it surveyed, which we already had it surveyed. Oh, God. November 18th, no communication. January 22nd, Steve spoke to superintendent.
Remember, he said that he needed to be, this had to be legitimized,
Yeah.
legitimized. We had to have it surveyed. And
So February 17th, they went for the hold harmless, and we didn't get it until April 28th. Wow.
I just complimented them for acting very, no, we acted very quickly.
Yeah,
No, the other way around. Their counsel was the one who had to, right?
no, Timmy,
Our counsel.
yeah,
Yeah, well, we did.
Timmy Sullivan had.
That's right. Well, was had to move a little bit.
Yeah. No, Timmy, Corporation Council, they did it.
So it wasn't town there. What was that?
Hold harmless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I don't think we ever went on their property, but I think they were able to do everything from our property.
But the point was, they asked for our help and we gave it. And
But that lady next door is gonna be very surprised when they do trim. Because a lot of that stuff is on her property. You know, that 10-foot right of way goes over. She's got 10 foot of her property that she never took care of.
she better have an ample 30 packs for her husband.
Yeah, he likes to imbibe a little bit.
Like the flamethrower. Every time Joe goes there, he was getting in his face.
I go in and I tippy toe in there. I go quick. Because I've had a couple talks with her. You coming to the concert on Tuesday? Because we moved it to Tuesday just for you.
Well, you didn't talk to me because that's not a council.
Ah, the mayor says he's gonna cancel it.
So he's not,
He's gonna move it to Monday or
so
Wednesday.
he's not.
He's not. Shit. Fucking. We try.
He tried to change it. They got the dog park on the-
Well, what's that, 7 o'clock? We'll be done by 8 o'clock at the latest. An hour and a half usually.
The dog pound, is the dog park gonna be, is that, contentious?
They're all up in arms all over Facebook. Yeah.
I'm not.
Doesn't matter where they talk about. But
Well, what is it? They
it's
were,
gonna be over
where?
Crystal Creek.
By your house.
Yeah, I look up there too.
So there's plenty of open space there.
And then you know, in your house, it's all right, so,
Yeah.
gosh, you can't see anything. No, the way that they're situated, it's gonna be in from north of Brook Road, west of Chadwick Hill, down toward the brook line, and it's kind of a long, narrow.
So where's the dog park now? Isn't there one over off Bicentennial?
Yeah.
Bicentennial, right? Is that still gonna be there also?
Well, no, not, this is off leash. So if they go to Bicentennial, they have to keep the dog on leash.
I think because people walk at Crystal Creek and a lot of people have small kids, they're worried about the off leash thing.
But they're gonna have a fence there.
Yeah,
So this
I also walk at Crystal Creek. Just to make that sense, you know. All right, it's been more than 5 minutes. I haven't had a meeting, so I
Okay.
think it's not gonna make that, which is
So
too bad.
that's okay, so, you will confirm on that September 20th.
Yes, I
Let us
confirmed
all
with
know.
him and I heard from him, you're definitely on his calendar, which is September 20th. I will send that out to you guys.
Okay.
You have time on that?
We don't have a time, but I will communicate with him and work that out.
Well, if that's that, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Even second? Edward? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all. Boom, boom, boom.
very good.
Boom, boom. All right.